What's up, y'all? Polo Sports Talking Entertainment. Here again with another one. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not a member, and also hit the notifications so that you're able to get each and every one of my videos. Jerry Jones, man, while I respect Jerry Jones and what he's done for the franchise, for the Cowboys and everything, man, I'm just going to be real, man. Jerry Jones needs to sit down and shut the fuck up. Okay? I'm just being honest with you. There's no way around that. And he might have cost the Cowboys another shot at the championship. Now I know many people think that the Cowboys didn't have a shot or whatnot, but we also got to take into account now their play didn't do much to help against the 49ers, but at the same token though they did have a shot this year. I stand on that. That's why I picked them to come out of the NFC originally. Okay, and I said if the 49ers knock them off, and not the Packers and not any of the other teams. If they knock the Cowboys off, they got a biggest shot as anybody. And you see that was evident last night when they played against San Fran. You saw it. I mean, when we talk about San Fran and Green Bay, I say Green Bay is not the team to be worried about. But pretty much what everybody's been talking about is Jerry Jones' comments on what he said on the fan. Now, I like the fan. I listen to the fan. It's a popular radio show here in Texas. 105.3, and you know he praised that quarterback. And he praised Kellen Moore and he praised Dan Quinn. You know, however, he sat up there and said some silly capping shit about Amari Cooper. Look, six receptions, 64 yards, and one touchdown. Hey, wait a minute. Last time I checked, that was a contribution. You know, Amari Cooper had not been healthy the whole season, but the fact that he still came out there on that bum foot that he was dealing with, and on top of that, man, he was dealing with COVID issues, things of that nature. But you still want to be ungrateful and shit. He said, look, he said, quote, I don't have any comment on Cooper's contract. He continued on. He said, I thought that the way we were playing early, we did make something happen. I thought Cooper had a big part of it. And I'm not being trite, but how he fits in, he should take half the field with him when he runs a route. Not half. Half is an exaggeration, of course, but a whole bunch of the defense should have to honor Cooper. And he ought to be able to catch it in the middle when they're going to when they're going with him. Others do. You throw to people that are covered all the time in the NFL. You have to. Most people don't have the number of receivers we've had. Listen, before Amari Cooper came to the Dallas Cowboys, he was already 1,000-yard receiver. Okay, he was already 1,000-yard receiver before he came to the Cowboys. So, so in actuality, you needed Cooper more than he needed your funky ass, right? He made the Cowboys better. See, you wasn't talking all this shit, when he had came. You wasn't saying all that shit when CD Lamb had dropped his passes. You wasn't saying all that shit, when the other receivers didn't show up. You wasn't saying that shit now that Gallup is missing, right? So my question is this: though, you want to question this man's production and everything? Well, let's look at that, right? Because the last time I checked, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. CD Lamb, right? CD Lamb, the one that everybody's all on their nuts about and stuff like that. He dropped crucial passes, right? He only had one reception for 21 yards, right? Listen, the leading receiver wasn't even Cooper. If you really want to get technical, it was Schultz, but it was Wilson and Cooper that did the most production. And on top of that, don't forget Cooper had one of them touchdowns, right? Let's keep going. Goodwin wasn't in no show, right? Well, I know. You know what? Not normal receiver, whatever. Even when he could have caught the ball, Pollard, yeah, okay, he's a running back. I give him that. Even Ezekiel Elliott, he was a no-show when we're talking about running backs and stuff like that. But we're just talking about receiving. We talk about offense in general. Cooper had the second highest totals and was the second most productive in that motherfucking game. So how you gonna criticize him like that? Look, you talking about going through the middle and shit like that. Look, everybody ain't no goddamn TO. Everybody ain't no goddamn TO, man. What's up with it, True Viking Queen? I see you in the building. Now, let me ask you this, True Viking. Do you see my email running through the bar right there? Do you see it? Because I need to know that if you don't see it, if it's not being shown, my Cash App, all this other stuff, and don't I also gotta let you know I'm coming with a Venmo too, okay? Do you see it? I need to know because my email is always right there. If I need to change it, I need to change it. Stuff like that I address very quickly. But if nobody's seeing it or whatever, then I put it in. Yeah, but it's so small. Okay, I guess I got great eyes. No problem. I'm gonna blow it up for you just so that I'll do that. I thought everybody could see it. Okay. I put it in capital letters. Okay, but you're finally telling me that. Okay, so that's something that I'll take into account. Don't worry about it. Now let's get back to what. Let's get back to business. So now you might have cost the you might have cost. Right, I already did that. I did that in the previous stream. You didn't get it, True Viking? I did that in the previous stream. In the previous stream, I put that in there because you said thank you. You said thank you for putting your email in there. Remember? But I guess you didn't write it out. I'll do that later. We'll talk about it now. Now, hey, what's up with it, Jacob? Jacob, I dropped the link. If you want to come on in. Now, check it. Everybody wants to talk all this shit about Amari Cooper, right? And Jacob, I don't know how far you done listen, but I was repeating what Jerry Jones had to say on the fan, what you were talking about. But I had to dig deep in this because you trying to tell me, oh yeah, he needs to go through the middle. Oh yeah, he need to catch it. When CD Lamb only had fucking 21 yards on one reception and he dropped crucial a crucial pass. CD Lamb has always been known. Everybody wants to get on Amari Cooper about, oh yeah, well he doesn't show up in big moments and all this other bullshit. It was CD Lamb that was dropping shit, right? Last time I checked, CD Lamb before when he came to Oakland. Well, I mean before he came to Oakland, and even while he was in Oakland, he was a solid receiver or whatever, but he just was not comfortable out there. And everybody was thinking, "Oh yeah, it was a bad idea." All this other stuff, man. Look, man, Amari Cooper was that guy when he was at Alabama. Alabama Slammer. That's man. Shit, that's what Alabama is known for. Not quarterbacks, with the exception of Bryce Young, still got some shit to work on. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the red zone and goal line, all that other shit. I ain't gonna get into that. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I felt like a defensive player could have won the Heisman. That's a whole nother story, right? But Amari Cooper, wide out. Oh, he can't go through the middle, nigga. He ain't no motherfucking to. Stop putting fucking unrealistic expectations on this shit, and then you want to, well, I really think that he should have, he's not only half of the field, or that's a big exaggeration, man. If you don't sit your motherfucking ass down somewhere and hand the rings over to your motherfucking kids, your grandkids, your kids, because man, what you doing ain't it. Like I told Young, okay, like I told Young, and this is my second to my last point. I bet you the first plan action, you hear me? The first plan of action that Stephen Jones would do, he's going to clean up all the mess, and he's going to get a lot of those Cowboys that played in the '90s heyday up in that bitch. Jimmy Johnson, all of them. Right? You've cost yourself a championship possibly by doing this shit, and you want to bring up contracts and shit like that? When he was with Las Vegas, 1,000-yard season, when he came in 2015, right? Second year, 1,000-yard season, had 1,100 yards, 1,153. In 2017, right? Had a subpar year, 680. Oh, but you forgot between that year and 2018, and he had changed during the season. Guess what? He was good for still 1,000 yards. 2019, 2019 was an epic year for that motherfucker. 1,189, right? And then this in 2020, 1,114. I'm not gonna count the 865 this year. You know why? Because the motherfucker was hurt. You saw it. That's why I told you to pay attention to Hard Knocks. And he did not have a good goddamn relationship with that motherfucker Mike McCarthy. Much like that Prescott. Much like the other motherfuckers that was on that. Zeke, you name them all. Why didn't you say nothing about Zeke? He was a non-factor. Why didn't you say nothing about Lamb? He was a non-factor. Oh, but you want to praise? I really praise Dak and Kellen Moore, which is Cap, and I really want to praise Quinn. That's not Cap. Quinn should be the head coach. I'm done with this shit. Young, take over.
Oh, oh, so to the fan in the chat. I feel like this team is undisciplined. You know, um, with the whole the quarterback system, quarterback and all that, and for Jerry for him what he said about Jerry. Jerry can't be mad. He can't be frustrated. He can't be doing this. No, he brought another head coach in the wrong time. No, because the last coach he had was Jason, and he had a chemistry with this team, and those losses would have been prevented if Jerry would at least brought McCarthy as an assistant coach. But because they had a great team the last year, and they didn't have shit to have for, and he is, and like I'll agree with Polo. He is the blame for the loss, and the Cowboys should be upset by the loss. Unfortunately, these players and Cowboys fans they stuck with Jerry Jones and Jason Garrett. If the Cowboys fans could fire both of them, or Jerry Jones could have stepped out, and and that's the problem, and then they'll be straight, but it just disappointed by him. So I think he just stuck in the head and think this is the '90s. He thinks he's gonna find another Evan Smith, Troy Aikman, a Micah Irvin, or a defense, another Deion Sanders. And like Polo said, I watched the Hard Knocks of the Cowboys, the 2002, and the one with To was in it, and I see what type of person he was. See what type of person he was. The way he did to I forgot that player name, the tight end. Um I Shoot, the way he did to that tight end. And he was a backup tight end for JC Winter. But it get that to my mind. It'll come back to my mind. But the way he did that to him, not give him the play, always focusing on Jason Witten. He was a black tight end. So that's that was really that was really painful. And yeah, yeah. Lead off to Memphis.
Yo, what going on, man?
I told you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. You told me I gotta give it to you. But the problem is, man, Jerry Jones can't get out of his own damn way. And I think that tight end, you talking about, I think his last name was Bennett, the black guy,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
tight end.
Martellus Bennett. The way he did the Martellus Bennett.
Yeah, right, right, right. Yeah, the problem is Jerry Jones can't get out of his way, man. And he needs to step down from general manager and put somebody who actually know about football in there to be general manager, be the damn owner, because the check get out of the way. And let football people do football shit. Outside of that, man, we gonna call to see the Dallas Cowboys, beat the Dallas Cowboys. So,
And that's it.
yeah, Jacob, I had my cereal this morning. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, right.
But
And he had a cereal and a Geritol. Look, I'm
Told, told you. I said, bro, I don't trust Aaron shit.
oh
yeah,
man,
man.
let me stop. Okay, look. And that was well said about the tight end. Yeah, it was Benny. Memphis was on point right there. Um, look, we got to address that because Jacob brought it up, and I had to really dissect this because you know I listen to the fan. If you haven't listened to the fan, it's a good radio show or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me check and see who this is because somebody coming into the chat. Hold on, everybody get on mute.
All
What's up,
right,
man?
it works.
Hello?
Who the fuck is that, man?
Hey, who is you, man?
Yo,
We gonna holler at him.
Let's
hey,
see.
can I say something real quick, man?
Hello?
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. You got to go ahead and talk, man.
Yeah, I'm a diehard Cowboys fan. And I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. As long as Jerry Jones the owner, man.
Okay, you from Dallas, man?
No, I'm from Wisconsin.
Oh, hey, man,
Yeah. He just became a Cowboys fan and shit. That motherfucker after y'all
God
got
No,
bless
I've
you,
been
guys
a
whooped
brother.
Cowboys fan.
yesterday.
I've
Oh,
been
now
I've
that
been
nigga
a
a
cow
Dallas
I've been a
Cowboys
Cowboys fan.
fan. Man, you don't get the
No,
hell out. Now
man.
I'm fucking with you.
No, yeah, but yeah, go ahead,
No.
man. What you got?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
go
been
ahead,
I've been
go
through
ahead.
it, so I know the situation. The same situation Mike McCarthy is going through this is the same situation Wade Phillips going to go through.
Right. So you
When
know a
Wade
lot about
Phillips
that
got fired.
situation, huh?
Yeah, when Wade Phillips was taking control, they had who was the offensive coordinator back then, Jason Garrett. And when Wade Phillips got fired, Jason Garrett came in. Same situation
Hmm.
with Mike McCarthy. They're gonna give Mike McCarthy another year, and Kellen Moore is going to be the next head coach because they're gonna keep Kellen Moore at offensive coordinator. So don't be surprised if they bring back Kellen Moore, because there is
Yeah,
rumblings that he
he
gonna be the
praised
next
Kellen
head
Moore.
coach.
He I don't know, my bad, Aaron. He praised Kellen Moore. He praised Kellen Moore and he praised Quinn, which I personally
That's
feel
his
like Quinn
boy.
should be back, but he didn't say
That's Jason
nothing
Garrett.
about McCarthy.
Yeah, yeah, that's Jason Garrett boy. You know, it was Jason Garrett at offense coordinator. Then he became the coach, and then Scott Lanahan, he was the offensive coordinator. That's what they scheme come from. They don't got no game plan, bro. They
Okay,
don't.
all right,
Kellen Moore
Aaron,
don't
man.
got no.
I'm
He got
sorry,
all
Aaron.
his.
I thought you was coming up. Man, we real protective around this bitch, man. Everybody, man, is man. I thought you was coming up in here trolling, but you coming up in here, spitting some facts. But the only thing I have, I'm just like, damn, how the fuck? I know you be getting it while you over there in Wisconsin. Shit, you holding it down over there.
No, man, I had my fun last night. You know what I'm saying? Trolling the Packers. You know what I'm saying?
Hell
They
yeah, you
got they,
sound like a motherfucker.
smoking that Packers pack.
I know I have fun with them dang old
Ooh,
Packers.
Yeah,
yeah, Memphis, and True Viking and Young and all them, they like that shit. Man, y'all could go ahead and continue to cook,
yeah,
and then after that, man, Scrub Zero, man, y'all do y'all thing, man.
yeah. That's all I'm gonna say though, man. As long as Jerry got, you know what I'm saying, his boy still around. Mike McCarthy gonna take the fall, man. It's really not Mike McCarthy because Mike McCarthy don't got his offensive scheme in yet. So all Mike McCarthy control is that clock. That's all he can control. But he don't control the offense. Last year the problem was the defense. This year defense wasn't the problem. This year is the main issue was Kellen Moore, the offense. So once everybody figured Kellen Moore out, he didn't have no plan. You know what I'm saying? He creeped up and beat these bad teams. And what happened? You know what I'm saying? 12-5 look good, but that don't make you a good team at all. You know what I'm saying? We seen that with this year with the Cowboys, with the Packers. You know what I'm saying? With the Titans, you always got something. You know what I'm saying? You always got something bad going on just because you look good with the records and all that.
What all those teams have in common that they shot themselves in the foot. They found a way to shoot themselves in the foot
Yup.
because it was all there for them.
Yeah, like the Giants.
Oh no! Oh,
And the same
we don't talk about the Giants because they bums.
because Dallas issue is coaching, man. They gotta that's their main issue. But Jerry Jones, man, he gotta go hire Troy Aikman or something, man. Go bring in the GM. Go get Jimmy Johnson in control. You know what I'm saying? To control his coaching, man. Because right now, man, it's looking uncertain next season. They already thinking about moving Trey Cooper, which is a Dez Bryant deja vu thing. So yeah, that's that. And then then we see the situation over in Green Bay. Same situation. You know, Rodgers out of there. He gone. It's just all bad, bro. It's all bad for Dallas right now, man.
Mm.
Yeah,
It's just Dak is that what Dak is looking like right now. With Dak they is not looking no different than Romo, Murray. Man, it's just deja vu. That's Dak is Romo 2.0. He's getting the same treatment that Romo got back then.
Right. Then also, okay, for you, Scrub, do you agree that Jerry Jones ruined the Cowboys to get to the championship?
Oh
Yeah,
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 Jerry
Jerry
Jones is the
Jones.
biggest
Yeah,
problem, but he's the biggest problem, but the issue is that he's the owner, and as the owner, he's not going to fire himself. He hasn't fired himself all this time as from the GM spot.
yup. He's the GM slash owner. When you look at it, he's the GM slash owner. It's supposed to be Will McClain. Will McClain is the vice president.
Man,
So,
hey, Aaron and Scrub Young
but
and
Jerry
Memphis, that
Jones, yeah,
motherfucker. That motherfucker, the coach, that motherfucker, the owner, that motherfucker, the water boy, that motherfucker, the running back, that motherfucker, the quarterback, that motherfucker, even the goddamn cheerleader out that bitch. Nigga up in there holding cheerleaders so he can look up under them damn skirts
yeah,
and
he
shit.
run, yeah,
That
Jerry
motherfucker,
Jones,
everything out
yeah.
that bitch.
Because the problem with Jerry now, he don't want to bring in no He don't want to bring in no tough man. You know what I'm saying? Mike McCarthy is a good coach, but he don't. I don't know, man. He just
He
like
don't
you said.
he not a playoff coach, bro. That's the
He,
problem.
he,
I mean, he's a good coach. He's a good coach,
He not a
but
playoff coach.
he
That's
man,
ain't
why
got
he
no
ain't in Green
backbone.
Bay.
yeah,
Yeah, he all about X's and O's, man. He ain't really he ain't like a motherfucker like Shanahan. He got
I'd
a
rather.
relationship with a player. Like Peyton, he got a relationship with a player. Like that motherfucker. Shit. Even fucking Herm Edwards, as far as he was, he had a relationship with his players. Tomlin, he got a relationship with his players.
No, it's just that with not McCarthy, but Jerry Jones. He brought in McCarthy because McCarthy is a yes man. You know what I'm saying? He just sit there and
Mhm.
just do his job, just do whatever Jerry tells him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Parcell got fired because he wasn't no yes man. You know what I'm saying? He was a tough head. He wanted to get his players straightened up.
Mm-hmm.
So you ain't got no coach like that shit. And I do not want Dan Quinn to go, man. I hope Jerry Jones hire him, but
I don't know
shit,
if I
it's gonna
would
be another
want
fucking
Quinn
disappointing
as
year.
your head coach, but
Yeah.
as if you could keep him as the DC, if no one picks him up, that I think that would help out. Though,
I want Dan Quinn. I still want Dan Quinn as a defensive
yeah,
coordinator, but I'll rather, if I'm Jerry, I'll rather put Mike McCarthy as the offensive coordinator because that's what he is. He's an offensive coach, not a head
true.
coach. Then I will go get Brian Flores. I'll go get him and hire him as a
You
head
know
coach.
damn well Jerry Jones ain't
Jerry
getting no
Jones ain't
Brian
gonna hire no
Flores.
black coach.
Nah, he ain't going for that.
Jerry Jones ain't gonna
No,
hire.
that's if I'm Jerry Jones, but you know, Jerry
He
Jones.
already
The
had that
reality
interview.
is,
Man, that motherfucker got interviewed in Houston, and I thought that was cap right there. Shit, after what he said about Watson.
Mm.
but you know, a lot of Cowboys fans just hoping that Kellen Moore go ahead and get a head coaching job, so so he can ruin another team. You know what I'm saying? So we get rid of him.
Yeah, but also, now, as you as a Cowboy fan, know how you feel about Dak and the way he made those comments. About after the loss.
Shit. Dak feel whatever the fuck he feel like. I mean, 14 penalties. That shit ridiculous, though, man. I'll run the fuck out the stadium too if I'm calling fucking 14 penalties on the team. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Let me get the fuck up out of here. Them motherfuckers throwing cans and shit, paper plates. I'm like, yeah, I get the fuck up out of there too, man. If I'm the refs, man. We man, this is crazy because 14 penalties on one team, man. That's uncalled for, bro.
And it,
But Dak, Dak gonna take the fall anyway, man.
yeah.
Man, they doing him like they did Romo, man. They gonna do that man
Oh, they're
dirty.
gonna do him worse than Romo.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
But like, as you talk about, do you think y'all got cheated doing that play right there with the referee? Do you feel like, as your own person, you got cheated? That y'all Cowboys got cheated?
No, because you should have. First of all, you should have blew the doors off the 49ers in the first place. Why would you be in a situation like that in the first place? That's my whole thing about it. You wouldn't be in that position.
Mm.
Right.
But the issue with the Cowboys is that they got away from the run too early once again, like they did all season. They had the penalties like they
I
did all
mean, I
season.
mean, yeah, they true identity. The Cowboys' true identity on offense is running the ball. When you don't run the ball, you don't win the game. We seen that yesterday too with the Titans. What the Titans do? They stopped running the ball
Oh,
when Henry came
I
back. They
would have
stopped
after
with their
that
true
third and
identity.
fourth down. I would have fired the OC right then and there. How do you not? How what that third down play called the option? His shotgun?
But but the thing is, Kellen Moore. It was Kellen Moore idea to run that quarterback draw too.
Mm-hmm.
So Mike McCarthy, what he do? He said, "Fuck it, go ahead. Shit, I don't give a fuck." You know what I'm saying? That's how Mike McCarthy felt, and he just knew. He was like, "Yeah, they gonna let fire up his ass. That's what all they gonna do."
Yeah, you know what? It's more the same for the Cowboys, and because the top guy is still the same, and I don't see this getting better.
Hey, but I
And
think his son though, his Stephen Jones is a
Yeah,
genius
he got it.
though.
He might get
He's a reason for Dan Quinn hire. He the one that brought in Dan Quinn.
it.
So that was a Stephen Jones move. Some of the moves that y'all think about, like Michael Parsons, Dan Quinn, and all them, that's all Stephen Jones' idea.
Yeah,
oh, of course, we know. Like heck, a lot of this team getting built up to where it is now has been Stephen Jones and Will McClay. Because if it was up to Jerry, it
Hmm
would look like mass chaos right now. It's not
Yup,
it's not as
it
bad as
looked
it
like
could
them
be.
'08 Cowboys. That's what it looked like. It looked like them
Right.
'08, '09 Cowboys. Mediocre as hell, man. I think the worst year ever was what 2000 and yep, '09, '10. '09, 2010 when they went 8-8, man. Romo looked horrible, man. And I mean his stats is good to prove he a good quarterback. But man, when you in a I say this to everybody, man. You can put Tom Brady, you can put Aaron Rodgers in this type of team, man. They still gonna fold. Man, make Jerry Jones be the owner of any organization, man. They gonna get that same treatment. Everybody be like, no, but Rodgers and Tom Brady can win. They can do it. I'm
Oh,
like, man, not under Jerry Jones, man. You're not gonna win,
oh,
bro.
I don't know about that with Aaron Rodgers after what I seen once again last night. An opportunity to do something and
0-4, 0-4 against the 49ers. Yeah,
0-4, and you
yeah,
had
I
the ball
know.
in your hands and you went 3 and out and let the after the block punt.
And I'm feeling good because you know what? You know what I'm feeling good for because I can wake up knowing that Rodgers ain't gonna be a Packer no more. So it's good to see. It's just a beautiful thing to see. But that's
Yeah.
for
That is a
Let's
very
commentary
let's
beautiful
speak
thing to
yesterday.
see.
about let's speak about yeah, good. Let's speak about
But my Cowboys, man,
yeah,
up to them. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, but
They
let's
gonna continue to get slandered by the media. The media gonna continue to slander them, and they gonna continue to be the laughing stock in the NFL, man.
Well,
yeah,
look,
Because Jerry
Man,
Jones, he finna be
Aaron, come
Jerry
on.
Jones finna be 80 years old.
Yeah, he finna be 80, man. But nigga, dog, Aaron,
hey, look up his
that
Hey, what's up?
motherfucker, is 80 years old, man, and still
is
think he fucking 30 and 40, man.
oh, Aaron.
Oh, man,
At
it's
least
all
look at the bright
bad.
side.
Yeah, I told Scrub that and Young that too, and Memphis know how I feel, and so did Jacob, man. Sit your motherfucking ass down.
Look at
I don't know,
I
man.
know
At
people
this
that told
point,
him maybe a young thing, that would come there and keep his ass warm. You know what I'm saying? Like Robert Kraft. Robert Kraft sit his ass down. Now he sat up there and went to the massage parlors and shit, but hey, he know how to sit his ass down somewhere though.
yeah, well,
yeah, for real though, because I'm looking at Jerry like, bro, you already done won Dallas like three championships, 3 4 Super Bowls already.
That's a good point.
Man, you should relax, man. Go ahead, talk it out with Jimmy. Go ahead, talk it out with Jimmy and see if Jimmy want to run the show, man. Make him a GM. You know what I'm saying? Will McClay's still there. Make him a GM. You know what I'm saying? Or make your son a GM.
like if you
But I think Stephen Jones is the real answer. Dad, bro, you finna be 80 years old, man. And we can't take this heat no more because you still got your boy Kellen Moore still, you know what I'm saying, still walking around like he the man.
like
That's
bro,
facts.
I think he
So
might be afraid of
so
coaching.
son so dad so he should need to be like, Dad, you know what? Go ahead and have a talk with Troy Aikman or Jimmy Johnson or somebody and have them come in, see if they can be a
Man,
GM or
they
something.
mad. Hey, no. Oh, hold on, Aaron. Am I right, y'all? Man, they not getting along.
Who?
Him and his
They
father
didn't
ain't alone, and that's
right
hard to
now.
follow.
They
Ah,
beefing.
Jimmy Jones, yeah, Jerry Jones
well,
and Jimmy
Troy
Johnson. That's
Aikman
what
and
I said.
shit.
That's why I said Jerry Jones need to
You
talk
know
to.
he.
Yeah, Troy Aikman
You
pissed
fucked
at
up.
the
Troy
Cowboys because
Aikman.
he
All them 90s.
you know
That's what I was
you
saying.
know who he's talking about though.
What?
You know who he's talking about though when he said why is City down Lamb not getting the ball? He was talking about Kellen Moore, the one that's calling the play, the one that controls the offense. Kellen Moore controls the offense. Man, you seen the last game? CD Lamb only had one touch the whole game.
Yeah, but he dropped how many? I think he dropped one or two. I think he dropped a crucial pass. I remember
Yeah,
that.
because
But you can't.
when you
You
look at
can't.
Kellen Moore, when you look at his play, he always has Zeke do that have him do that underneath route every time.
I mean, the only thing I'll give CD Lamb is like, the previous couple games, man, he went through the middle like a motherfucking beast. Even one of them things, I'm telling Young, I thought that motherfucker wasn't gonna rise up. He got right the fuck back up. But like I was telling you, Aaron, and I told Scrub, everybody else, Memphis, Jacob, if you looking for somebody to be like T.O. and fucking all these other niggas that used to go through the middle and shit like that, man, don't expect that shit. Cause not very many niggas in this era are gonna go
No,
through the middle
But
like
no,
that.
the thing
we
is,
don't
you
get
ain't got to
caught
worry
some, but
about going through the
we
middle
don't
like that
get
anymore.
like trying
And
now.
the Cowboys still ain't got a guy who's willing to do it on a consistent basis, anyway.
No, it's if your player's not open, bro. What do you think you're gonna do? You're gonna do the same shit. You gonna be one dimensional. That's what Kellen Moore is. He's a one dimensional. He don't have a scheme, bro. He basically don't have an offensive scheme. What offensive coordinator you
His scheme
ever
is
heard
run and
of
shoot.
don't have no scheme or plans.
Hey, Jacob, quit lying, nigga. You was born in '72, nigga.
But
This
Kellen
man don't
Moore
have
comes
no
from
plan or
that
nothing.
college
That's a
football
good. That's a
He
good
foundation.
don't be
point, Aaron.
prepared.
Good point. Good point, boy.
Because when
He
teams
know the run.
figure you out, man, they bring the heat to you, man. He don't got no ammo, bro. He don't got no ammo. He don't got the drums to his guns, bro. All he got is a 38 BB gun.
Right.
And that's
Ooh.
but how
He's
everyone
from
sees it.
Boise State, bro.
Yeah, Boise State, where they run the run and shoot, and he never made any adjustments because he.
Right. He don't make no adjustments. That too, bro. He's not a bro. When I'm telling you, bro, I hope he goes to another team and fuck them up.
No,
Because they gonna see like
no,
this
no,
dude fucking
he need to
fine.
go back. Quite honestly, he need to go back to college. He need to go back to college. He's not an NFL coach.
Because people over here interviewing him, the Broncos, man, I feel bad for them. They hired that man, bro.
I hope the Broncos don't do it to themselves.
Okay, well, now that y'all talking about this leads me to a question, Scrub and Young, Memphis, and Aaron. Let me ask you this.
What up?
So dare I say, was his do some of them motherfuckers got 1 foot in, 1 foot out?
Talk about the players right now.
No, the coaches.
Oh, they might. I'm not.
Because Dan Quinn, that's somebody gonna get him.
Because
Because
the
if
reason why I asked that, hold on, Aaron. The reason why I asked that is because they probably were like, well, shit, man, this game don't really matter and shit like that. I got interviews lined up and shit like that. And that mentality, like, okay, oh well, shit, we lost. You know what I'm saying? I
mhm.
guess I'm looking at it like that.
Maybe Kellen
and
Moore.
then the media is out to make this man. They make this man out to be like he an offensive guru, man. The media is like, oh, this Kellen Moore, he's a genius, and I'm like, oh hell no,
Kellen Moore
man.
can't call plays for nothing.
Saying this man is putting the spotlight on him and shit. Yeah, bro,
Salute,
I say
Daddy,
the best
bro.
case scenario, man. Steve Jones need to talk to his dad, bro. Be like, Dad, you need to go sit on your couch, man. Go sit on your old couch, man. And
Jerry Jones
and
can't get
go
out his
ahead
own
and
way.
bring in the GM, bro.
Jerry Jones too stubborn to get out his own way.
That's it.
Huh?
Yeah,
As long as he gonna be the way he is, the Cowboys will never do nothing.
yeah,
The
man,
players
go, go,
don't
go,
train.
go, go,
You
go,
you
go,
know
so,
you
go,
notice
go, go
you
play,
notice. I've been
bingo,
watching some of their
man.
press conference. I've been watching some of their press conference, and Cooper said an interesting thing. He said some of the plays that we do during the game is the plays we don't practice.
Mm.
So how is he running a play or an offensive scheme that you don't practice at all. So you randomly just doing anything.
Shit, that's the same shit. That's the same shit that happened with Tennessee. That's why, like everybody, they came in here last night, y'all, and this one motherfucker would try to sit up here and say, "Oh, it's Tannehill fault, Tannehill fault." I was telling Memphis this morning, dog, that motherfucker Tannehill had to scream at Derrick Henry to say, okay, because of the changeup and shit like that. They wasn't used to running some shit. So that's a good point. You sitting up in there running shit that guy's not used to running and shit like that. Of course, y'all motherfuckers is not gonna be on the same page.
Right.
And I would also like to say this too, man. This goes for Dak and Romo. When Romo had Jason Garrett around, I noticed one thing about Romo, man. He had to learn the offense on his own, bro. He had to learn the offense on his own, and he had to learn how to read defense. That's exactly the same thing Dak gonna have to do because he can't rely on the offensive coordinator, Kellen Moore, or whoever's going to come in. He got to really
Okay,
watch film and study for himself.
okay, Aaron. Let me ask you this, because Jacob brought this up. I don't know if everybody else agree with Jacob or whatever. I kind of agree with Jacob. All right, look, Jacob brought up a good point. He said that they're still running Jason Garrett's offense. Do you see that too?
Yeah, it's Kellen Moore, bro. Kellen Moore is Jason Garrett guy. First it was Scott.
Okay,
First it was
okay,
Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett, when he was head coach, it was Scott Linehan. And when Scott Linehan was out the door, who they bring in?
Kellen Moore.
The when Kellen Moore, before Kellen Moore became offensive coordinator, he was the quarterback coach for Dak.
Hmm. Man.
Mm.
So
yeah, man.
when
Put yourself on mute, man. I
so
ain't
so
trying to hear
when
nobody
so
taking a dump or nothing, man.
no, I said when Kellen Moore became offensive coordinator, you know what I'm saying? I mean, Jason Garrett was the coach. So all of them got the same scheme, bro. It's the
Yeah,
same
Exactly.
because
offense, bro. From Scott Linehan, from Jason Garrett to Kellen Moore.
Jacob, I never doubted you. I never doubted you, man. I never said that was
Because they
cap on
line
what
up
you said.
because when you watch Dallas, bro, when you watch Dallas, bro, and you see Elliott line right on the side of Dak, and you see them three receivers lining up, bro. They do that in every play, bro. Every time,
yeah.
every time they can't run the ball, bro. When they don't run the ball, they gonna pass the ball 50 times, bro.
Right.
Uh, uh,
That's
le- Aaron, let me ask you this,
So,
'cause I don't
so
know
they true
how
identity.
many giant. Let me ask you this, because I'm interested. Like, I don't know how much of the Giants you got to see while Garrett was the offensive coordinator, but did it look like pretty much the same thing that it did in Dallas?
Yeah, when Kellen Moore, yeah, with Jason Garrett's running
Uh,
over there in New York, he was doing the same thing.
okay.
That's why Daniel Jones had issues. That's why when they stopped running the ball with Saquon Barkley, it became an issue. You know what I'm saying? Because they brought in Jason Garrett, and Jason Garrett was like, maybe I should maybe I should bring this to the Giants. It didn't work, and you see what happened to them.
The worst offense in the league. It
Worst
degraded to
offense in the
the
league.
worst offense I've ever seen in life. Those final 6 weeks. Dear God.
Swear to God, man, I'm telling you, it
don't
it,
say
it was
that. Don't
it's
say
the
that. Don't say that,
it's
Jacob. Y'all are gonna get to the
it,
playoffs, man.
You in the NFC East,
man.
y'all be fine. Unless
But
the other team actually
but as
choke
far
y'all.
as quality wins, if you get rid of Coop, oh, that's it. Hey,
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Jerry's aiming at that boy right now. He's pissed. He's pissed at Cooper.
Of course, because Cooper spoke out, and you know what happens when you speak out against your team.
Yeah, and when Dez did that, what happened to Dez that year when he spoke out? He like it was Garrett guys. When he said it was Garrett guys, bro, he was gone.
Hmm
He was gone the next day
all right, y'all, man. Well,
because Jerry Jones knew. Jerry Jones knew, and he was like, man, he gotta go because he's saying some shit now. He said, I love Dez, but you gotta go.
hold on. What's y'all picks for today?
I got the Bucks and the Bills.
Yeah,
Yup, the Bucks and the Bills. It's gonna be
yeah.
Bills and Bucks in
Hey,
the Super Bowl now.
I was
hey,
That's the
Scrub.
way I
Hey,
look at
I
Scrub.
was
it.
You
0
didn't.
for 2
You didn't
last
show up
week.
last night though. What happened,
What
man?
happened?
When the Bengals won, what happened?
I was looking for your
I'm,
live. I didn't see anything.
look at her. He show up, man. Come on, man.
No, I was no. Polo, I thought you would go live immediately after. Like I
I,
guess you
I,
I
didn't.
I know,
did.
I
I
didn't.
know, because
Wow. So my
I felt
notifications.
so
I
Okay.
early.
did immediately after the Bengals, not after the Niners.
Yeah.
I was tired, man.
So no, I get that. So thanks you two.
The 49ers,
You done
49ers is a good team, but they stuck with Jimmy G. I feel bad for them. They gonna pay Jimmy. They got no choice to
Nah,
pay
that's
Jimmy
not
G.
true. Jimmy G, man.
They gonna
He
pay him. They gonna pay him. They just wasted two picks too. By the way, they wasted two
dog.
picks on Trey Lance. They gonna give up Trey Lance. Ain't no doubt about it. Cause ain't no way y'all finna keep Trey Lance after what Jimmy G just did.
Why would you keep Jimmy G? Listen, now I'll say this:
He got on his resume. He
Jimmy
beat
G
Dallas
did the throws he had to
Cowboys
make.
and he
He
beat
beat
Green
Dallas
Bay in
and
their
Green
own
Bay.
home.
He stand, bro. He stand, bro. They gonna pay him. They got a reason to pay him now.
No, listen,
Despite throwing NOs, but
That's what I was
they gonna
telling
keep him.
Memphis this morning.
Garoppolo made the throws.
Despite throwing, but their organization ain't that smart either because they known for paying mediocre quarterbacks too.
Mm-hmm.
They was supposed to bring they were supposed to get that trade with for Aaron Rodgers, but the Green Bay declined that trade. So they went on to get Trey Lance because they thought Trey Lance was gonna be the answer. But Trey Lance don't got no true he don't got no true quarterback to train him. You know what I'm saying? To show somebody over there to ain't train that man.
Nah, Jimmy G is clutch. I mean, look at okay. Everybody want to talk all this shit about Jimmy G or whatever, but listen, there were several receivers that he threw it perfect to them,
Oh,
Aaron,
they
and he
dropped
did not catch the ball.
like 4, 5, 6 passes.
Yeah,
Right. You know what Jimmy G remind me of? This is the
Russell
same
Wilson.
situation. No, he remind me of Eli when Eli got carried by that defense.
Oh,
When
you
every
went that
time
low.
Eli
That little
fucked
shit.
up,
Hey, Scrub,
and
look.
every time when Eli messed up, that defense carried him, bro. And they made Eli look like he was a hero, man. That's the same situation with the 49ers. They making him look like Jimmy G is that man, bro, because that defense carried him.
Nah,
but
I ain't gonna say all
but look
that.
at you. I don't know. I ain't gonna go to Jimmy G, man. Jimmy G. Hey, listen. No. Hold on, Aaron. I can't let you get away with that because before he got hurt, the 49ers were actually on pace to do better than what their record was stated because he was. I think they would. He started off 2-0. And you saw where they was going, but they went through a struggle period. But I said, watch, they have been battle tested. Everybody was picking the Packers. I said, no, Aaron Rodgers don't play good against the Packers. He had a 23 last time. He 0-3. The pressure was on Rodgers, man,
hmm
and Jimmy G can't.
The pressure was on Rodgers, but it was still on Jimmy G. I mean, every time Jimmy he got good players around him. He just gotta execute.
It was
And the way
more.
he gotta change the
Listen,
number, bro. That number 10, bro. That number he gotta change that number, bro, because that number 10 is bad. Is bad, bro.
it was more pressure on Rodgers because he had never defeated the 49ers. You in Lambeau Field, you know what I'm saying? And on top of that, you playing against a rival. That's going to be a mark on your resume. The shit, that's going to be a blemish on his resume, man, on Rodgers. Jimmy
Okay.
G still got time.
Here's the thing with Jimmy G's game last night.
Now Jimmy
He
G.
actually he was solid. I won't say he was great. He wasn't awful. The the thing was they dropped passes early. He took some key third down sacks, and they had penalties, 2 penalties in the red zone that cost them points. One that turned into a pick, the other one ended up being a field goal. But the defense kept him in the game. They got that big special teams play, and the last drive when he had to make the throws, he made the throws to get him down the field. So Jimmy Garoppolo, you could do a lot worse than Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm not. I don't know. I won't say. I don't know
You
if I would
said
say
you
he's
could do worse
clutch.
than
I'm
Jimmy
not gonna use
Garoppolo?
clutch. You really could.
No, he's a decent
You
quarterback. He's what Eli
yeah.
was. He's decent at best. Nothing more, nothing less. You got a decent quarterback, you shouldn't worry. You know what I'm saying? But if you got Kirk Cousins and the motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Then you should be worried because he can't get it done. But Rodgers, man,
I think Cousins
he's
got
been
like
Green
one
Bay for
more
so
year with
long,
him.
man.
No,
Huh?
Rogers. If you look at the stat line, you're like, all right, he had a decent game. The accuracy was on point, but you look at at the last two offensive drives, and it's like, Rogers, what happened? How you blew the game again? You came up short, and I got
It's a
Packers
Rodgers
fans
thing,
trying to
man.
tell me
It's a Green
it's
Bay
not his
thing, bro.
fault.
That's
Like,
what they do.
what you mean it's
Yeah,
not his
they.
fault? He's
You know what
holding
they
the
gonna
balls in
do?
his
You
hand,
know what
and
they
he
gonna
didn't
do,
make the
though?
throw.
They're not gonna blame Rodgers
Of course
because
not.
they're not gonna blame Rodgers because that's what Green Bay fans do, man. Every time something go bad, they gonna blame that
No,
defense.
that's what
Man,
Aaron Rodgers fans do. Real Green Bay
Yeah,
Packers fans, they know. Nah, that was Aaron
man.
Rodgers again.
Hey, Watson is better under pressure than Rodgers is.
Oh, I'll take Watson right now. Dang, what you?
Man, every
you
time.
said
Oh,
Washington.
no, Watson, Deshaun Watson. Look, that nigga ain't even been playing
Oh
that long.
yeah,
Nigga forgot his name and shit. Look, I'm gonna tell you like this,
yeah,
Aaron.
Watson though.
I'm gonna tell you like this, Aaron. We gonna call you Aaron, but they should be calling that motherfucker Sharon.
Oh,
Look,
of
I'm
course.
telling you like this. I'm telling you like this, Young, Memphis, and Scrub. That motherfucker cannot ever be in the same sentence as Brady.
Thank you.
He can't. He
Oh
can't.
no, because when you think about Brady, bro, one thing about Brady, bro, if he win this Super Bowl, bro, he's gonna be the face of sports, bro. Ain't no Michael Jordan, ain't no nothing, bro.
Hey,
Tom Brady is gonna
Uh,
be the face of sports,
salute
uh,
to
bro.
TJ Sports Tape.
Because that's what they
um,
make him out to be.
Y'all
what?
go subscribe to TJ Sports Tape.
Um, to me, I don't, like I said, I completely agree with Polo. Then I don't trust. To be honest, I really didn't trust on Shaggy. Um, is what the Shaggy, he looked like a statue in that pocket that year, this year, and he only got more rigging as the year progressed. Because sad, really, that's how it's barely completely gone. 'Cause he never really was, um, that never getting a pocket. He always flies left and right. The games never upgraded his the same in the year passes on because because it is now sad. You keep throwing the ball field, giving, giving them giving them advantage, giving them advantage to win the game. And I said, yeah, that's
Somebody got some background noise. Somebody put themselves on mute, please.
yeah. It was pathetic. It was a pathetic performance by Shaggy. Um, yes, the special team played poorly most part, but having a punt from the end zone caused the failure of the offense to move the ball. So, so that's what I was upset about. And he said about Jimmy G. Hey man, I just put the point out, bro. Because you gotta look at the numbers of the bad balls and the great passes on his attempts. So I feel like the only team, the defense and special team won that game. No matter what people make, they got the W. I feel like this will be his last game against on Green Bay. I feel like he might pull a breath. He might pull a breath for it.
Yeah, somebody had some background noise. Some people talking in the background. I was trying to really get. Was that you, Young?
No, that's not me.
I think that was Aaron.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Um.
that's why I said he might pull a Brett Favre.
Who gonna pull a Brett Favre? Because Rodgers most likely finna pull a Brett Favre. He gonna retire. He gonna come back. Then he gonna play for Pittsburgh.
Oh man, please,
It's over
man.
with.
That'd be.
It's over with. Packers are done. Put a fork in them. Do whatever, man. Them boys are done. They became a pack last night, and it was the greatest pack in the world. It was the best Wisconsin best.
Hey man, speaking into existence, my brother.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna happen. They gonna make sure it's
Man,
happening. They're
he
gonna be
ain't
like
gonna make
Rodgers.
he ain't
We
gonna
gonna
make
take you
Pittsburgh.
to this
He ain't
team,
gonna
and
make.
this way you're gonna win your Super Bowl.
He's not gonna make Pittsburgh any better. Let me tell you why, man. Listen, and I don't like Ben Roethlisberger, but Ben Roethlisberger is more of a people person than what Aaron Rodgers is. He just started to become a people person. That's the one thing that you got to have. Tom Brady, oh, he's so serious all the time. He looks like he just has this demeanor that he doesn't smile no much. Oh, guess what? They eat lunch with Tom Brady. Hey, Tom Brady bring everybody to the house during the off season. Hey, he let AB, the one that Jacob was capping about and shit like that. He let AB stay in his house all the time. Man, you got to have relationships with these motherfuckers, man. If they don't want to be around your ass, Aaron, nigga, man, them niggas, you're not gonna have no continuity on the field.
Tom Brady is what Michael Jordan is to the NBA. That's how the NFL look at Tom Brady. He's the face. He's the golden boy of the league, bro. He's going to go down as one of the greatest athletes. They're gonna make him the face, bro. Once he retired, they're gonna make him the face of sports, bro.
They ain't trying to promote Brady like that though. If you look at it, they've been trying to promote everyone else. They've been Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
You
so
talk about
they already done that. They are now,
Oh, and you know why? They saving
no,
that shit. They saving it for the best last. Oh
they're
yeah, they saving it.
promoting they promoted like guys like Patrick Mahomes, the baby
hmm
Patrick Mahomes and Brady look. It was kind of like how um Jordan and Kobe was. So that's how they were trying to picture, the old guy and the young, in the new generation, the old generation. They trying to promote that as well.
Nigga, Jacob, you quit capping for him, nigga.
He said, "Stop
I ain't
saying
hate.
that."
Ain't nobody hating on AB, man. Listen, I told y'all AB top three, and shit, you could even and maybe even say top two in terms of hands, but attitude, nigga, I don't want that nigga around me.
Hold on. Like you said before, why are we talking about a dude that got cut?
Yeah,
Man who
yeah.
ain't on
Jake,
no
can we talk about
team.
somebody that's on the field? My bad, Scrub. Go ahead.
No, you get. I was saying the same thing. Can we talk about someone who's still in the playoffs?
Yeah, shit, man. Nigga, we just talking about Cooper. Appreciate a nigga like Cooper. You don't see him acting bad and shit like that. And
Right.
that nigga was second in reception yards, but they don't talk about that shit. Jerry Jones would just rather talk about CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah,
He would rather talk about Dan Quinn. He would rather, man, you better get that nigga his props. Nigga, he played hurt.
yes, sir.
You said get over it, Polo. Oh no. Oh well.
Yeah,
Get over what?
it,
Me and
Jacob, you
Young.
be the one who needs to get over it.
Yeah, our team is still in there. Me and Young, we sitting comfy. Matter of fact, man, I might fly Young out to Texas. Nah, I'd rather go to Florida. The weather's better. It's too cold out here in Texas. So I'm gonna go to Florida with Young, man. We gonna be
I
chilling,
need to
chilling.
go to the cold, man. I never experienced the cold. I need to get.
Yeah, man. Hey, we gonna rub it in Jacob's face, man. Young, you got Ram, right? We gonna be on Instagram, and Scrub Zero gonna come along and everything. You know he a snowbird, so when it get cold in New York, he'll go down over there to Florida.
Like if I be like in Dallas, I might pull the TO, just go to that stars and just.
Look, look at him, Jacob. Man, he said fake Bucks fan. Nah, I got the robe, nigga. You want to see the robe?
Yeah, Skrull, go to that star and just. They like,
Memphis, why you fall out? Where you at, man?
they be like, oh, he disrespectful. No, I'm just saying thanks to God.
Yeah, man. Shoot, people don't know. Man, I got no choice but to be around Cowboys fans, Scrub, and Young. My pretty much like a lot of my family are diehard Cowboys fans. I'll be like the odd man out.
I be like my cousin. Like we all Giants fans. He the only Jets fan.
The
I
link,
get
The
the
love
link
link,
is in the
respect.
chat, Memphis.
He, he legit just dropped the link. Right? That's crazy.
But I've been a Buccaneers fan. Now, okay, if you want to get technical, okay, believe it or not, you know what I'm saying. I did used to like. Um, there were like two teams that I used to follow a lot, and I did. Scrub probably gonna get on me from now on. I was fucking with the Giants.
Oh wow,
Yeah, I used to fuck with the Giants, because I used to like. I was always with defense. I used to like LT,
got you.
and then I was always looking at what you did. Man, who was it that I used to follow when I was younger?
LT,
I
Michael
always
Strahan.
no 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 no. I'm trying to think of the team that I was always just. I would just pay attention to them besides Tampa Bay or whatever.
Bears.
Sometimes I would cling on in Chicago.
Oh, the
Bears.
Bears, bad.
Yeah, I would cling on in Chicago. It was always Chicago and New York, and the reason why is because I used to like Sweetness.
Yeah, Walter Payton. Yeah.
Yeah, because I saw a film on him and stuff, and I was like, man, he was way more. To me, he was way more slick than Jim Brown. When I looked at Jim Brown and shit.
Who was Eric?
Oh man, what is this confession hour or something, Polo?
You s- you said what, bro?
What is this confession hour or something? You was a fan of the
Yeah, I know,
Giants?
I know. I know, man. I know, but when it's all said and done, Tampa Bay was my team. But I was more into players than football. It's weird. I was more into players.
You said who was Eric? Eric Ray. He used to play for Tampa, and he used to go to. He went to college in Florida Gators. He didn't know the nice. Hey, way to go. That was that. I didn't Google. I didn't Google. I just said it. I just said it quickly. I said he used to play for the.
Jacob don't even know who he was.
No, he used to play for the Buccaneers and went to college in Florida.
Yeah.
He was a
Hey
Gator.
Jacob, Hey Jacob, since you know so much, who just passed away on our team? That was a longtime Bucks fan. And don't say nothing, Memphis.
Yeah, I don't even know.
But
I
see,
don't
that's the
follow,
thing.
I don't follow the Bucks. I'm a Steelers fan.
Well, yeah, we know that. Go ahead, go ahead, Jacob.
Who was
He
a
said he
Bucks
don't
fan?
know.
Betty White?
He said Jacob. He said he don't know. He don't know, man. He said y'all. You ain't no fan. Well, I just answered your question. You said who was Eric, and I said he was our running back for the Buccaneers. He used to play for the Florida Gators.
Who?
And don't say Vincent. Don't say Vincent Adams either.
No, he said
Or
he don't
Vincent
know.
Jackson. I'm sorry.
He said he don't know.
See, look at that.
Oh no, you fake Buff fans? Come on.
You said they were Bucks? You said they were Bucks fans?
No, he said me and Jacob was great. I just said
No, he said somebody just passed away that was a Bucks fan.
mm,
No, no. That well, I meant to. If I said fan, I meant he was a long time uh, Bucks player, former Bucks player. Keith McCants, man.
Hardy Nickerson.
He might play back when Vinny Testaverde was on the team or something. I
Yeah,
never heard him.
Listen, it was Keith. I meant to say, listen, it was Keith McCants, and everybody knew about Vincent Jackson. You know what I'm saying? They knew about that shit.
he said
What
Keith.
happened to him, man?
He
They
said
found him. They found him. Hold on, young. They remember, young. You know about this. It was speculation that it was CTE, but they found him dead in the hotel room, man.
Hardy. He said Hardy. He said Hardy Nixon. Hardy Nickerson. That's a linebacker. All
What they
pro.
said?
He's all
So they said
pro.
it was.
He
So
was.
they just roll with the CTE theory.
He was
Yeah,
all
I
right.
mean, yeah. You got to, man. I mean,
You know he what? Do you know who he was? Yeah, he was an All-Pro linebacker with the Bucks. Next, he's
nah, Jacob up in there googling and shit.
googling it.
Yeah, yeah, he up in there googling.
But y'all
All-Pro,
ain't
he's an
real
All-Pro
fans.
linebacker.
Jacob, come on up, player.
Yeah, he a little scared right now.
Come on, bring it on, shit.
Come on up. Come on up,
Watch,
Jacob.
he trying to feel his rage so he can come up in here with a big old burst of energy and shit,
Yeah,
like he did in the last stream.
yeah. I can't.
Come
I
on
can't.
up,
I can't
player.
believe YouTube didn't notify me that you went La Polo yesterday. That's some bullshit.
It's always been happening. You know, Young and Memphis and Scrub and everybody else in the chat. True Viking don't get her notifications. What's his name? Celtics Nation hadn't
Yeah,
been in here in a while. He said he hadn't been getting a
no,
notification.
no,
It's just
no,
YouTube.
notification.
They fucking with us all, but hey, still
Yeah,
keep grinding. Don't stop. LDBC all day.
ugh, Mr. Ruff.
So, Polo, since I didn't get to ask you yesterday, what did you think about that? When the drive where the Titans turned it over on downs, that third and fourth down
Oh,
call.
okay, hold on. Before this scrub, I gotta eat to that nigga Jacob right now, man. For what you
Copy.
just said, nigga. You see what he said? He said, "Wash your clothes." Yeah, go ahead, wash your stank ass drawers, nigga. Jacob, you set yourself up for that one. I know Memphis gonna chime in on that shit. Nah, okay, okay. You were saying about the call yesterday,
Yeah,
scrub,
yeah.
and you talking about with the Niners,
No, the Titans.
the Bengals.
Yeah, where they turned the ball over on downs.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, because if I'm not mistaken, if I'm not mistaken, that was them trying to run that shit right with Derrick
Yeah,
Henry.
they
Yeah.
did the
hmm
option and then they ran with Derrick Henry on fourth down.
It, you know what? It made me and Young's point. Well, I don't know. I think it was Young, and I think it was Memphis' point. He should not have been playing. I said this earlier in the stream, and I said it yesterday. You are gonna fuck up the chemistry, and I just said that just a few minutes ago too. Tannehill was yelling at Derrick Henry, changing stuff on the fly. See, they had been working on stuff all that time in preparation for stuff, and then once Derrick Henry had came, they had to change up stuff. And that's one of the reasons why I didn't want him coming back. Yeah, he had a touchdown and shit like that. But Young, we talked about this. Nigga, 20 carries for only what 50? I think it was what 54 yards.
I would have rolled for him and then won the game, man.
Come on, man.
That's what I was, like I told you, Polo. I would have preferred him getting like about 10 carries, not 20.
Oh, you said, oh, you gave me the middle finger, Jacob. Okay, man. Well, shoot. Well, you know, man. Look, if you're gonna wash your drawers, make sure you wash Big Shirley drawers too.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh man, oh
yeah,
man.
he gonna wash Big Shirley drawers and shit.
Uh, that man,
No, Memphis. He washing Respusia drawers and shit like that. From
what?
he washing Big Mama house drawers and shit.
Oh, Jacob, man.
Yeah, she probably got more skid marks than your ass. Let me stop, man.
But yeah, they. All right, you got. I understand your point about not wanting like just to keep Henry out because you've been rolling. But all right, you play him. All right,
hmm
you
hmm
know what kind of back he is.
hmm
Why the hell on a third down you coming out a third and less than one you coming out in shotgun and running an option play?
Sure.
That's a good question. I wondered that too.
Because less than one, you got a fullback, and you got
hmm
Henry, you got like why not? You could have handed off to the
Me-
fullback. You could have ran
okay,
a sneak. You could
Memphis and Young, what would y'all have done? And you too, Scrub.
I would have put Foreman in there and ran behind the fullback.
I would have came out in 9 formation and I would have had three calls
I
ready.
would
A
have came
handoff
in that
I would,
formation.
to
I would,
Henry, handoff to
I
the
would,
fullback or sneak if they gave it
Yeah,
up.
I would
I
have
would have
came.
called a, I would have called a halfback lead play and said, Foreman, get me there. Put the fullback right here. Pass the fullback, take it away, and go.
Yeah,
Foreman
I
had
would
been
have.
killing all game.
Yeah, I would have came in our formations. But, yeah.
Because
I
who
would,
was at that point? Oh, go ahead.
I wouldn't have
Who was,
changed it. Foreman was killing all game. They couldn't do nothing with him all game.
who was at
Man,
that pointed that out? Was that Strahan that pointed that shit out?
I believe.
He, because like a linebacker. See, some of y'all don't know. Like when a lot of linebackers that are analysts, they make good analysts because they in terms of reading, like them motherfuckers be on it. That's why like Strahan be on point with what he be like how he be analyzing the game and shit.
I
Even
would
though
have,
that nigga. Oh, go ahead, bro.
I would have just ran. Now I would have used Derrick Henry around the goal line area, but outside of that,
Yeah,
no
but
man.
I didn't want that motherfucker playing regardless, man. Like,
If you gonna use him after they hurt, man, put him around the goal line, let him get some easy touchdowns, man. Cause he
But
hurt.
that was a perfect situation for him to be. If you were going to use him, that was the situation. Third and less than a yard,
Right.
come out in the I formation and run power football. At least use the play action because now you got the power look. With the I formation, you could probably get an easy first down to the fullback or the tight end. And then the fourth down call is the same thing. I'm like, why the heck are you not in I formation? Single back set, and what happens? They get right to him.
I got the Bills beating Kansas City today. I know. No, y'all don't want to see Josh Allen at that bitch.
Let's see if I can get 2 for 2 today because I was 0 for 2 last night. But,
Yeah, Scrub, man,
I,
you've
I,
been missing out.
but
hey man, I
the
was in the
second one
0
I'm
2
not
club
mad at.
last night. I ended up in the 0 2 club last night, man.
I'm not mad at the second one. That first one though, I'm just I wanted to fire
I
the
told you, man. Man, listen, they've been experiencing adversity the whole season, man.
yeah,
Who?
Dog,
but
the
Polo.
49ers, they've been
Oh yeah,
battle tested.
oh yeah.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead, Scrub.
No, you good. But Polo, the
Hmm.
Bengals got to do something with that. They got to run the ball because they're going to get Joe Burrow killed. They was all over him all night.
Well, mixing really. I mean, he had someone did, but that game right there was not. Somebody was gonna get killed. Yes, he set a record for sacks. We already told people that. That's why I felt like Scrub when you showed up last night. I think Young saw it and maybe Memphis. This motherfucker had the audacity to come in and say, "Oh, talking all this Tannehill play like trash and all this other stuff." He didn't play no better than what Joe Burrow did. It's just that he made that crucial pass, and luckily for you, you got a superstar wide out in fucking Chase, and he got a field goal position. But he was getting mauled. He set the record for most sacks in a playoff game.
Man, look, Tennessee played not to lose, and they lost.
I don't even know if they played not to lose. I don't know what the heck they was doing because that last drive, I don't know why they let the clock run as far as they did, and before they snapped, and
Oh,
then
that's a good point. That's a good
because
point.
it's like, all right, I know I think that was second or third down, but you letting that clock
Hmm.
run and then you snap it. It's like hardly any time on the play clock, and it's just
Because,
mass chaos.
because they were trying to run the time down so just in case if they get a first down, they can go run the
No,
time down for the Bengals. We can see they played not to lose. Every time you play not to lose, you lose.
listen, I don't like I said, I can't even I don't know if it was that, but there was that was not a situation you let the clock run all the way out. I understand you trying to bleed the clock. I get that, but you. There's still too
But
much time, and you still need to get closer. And if
well,
you
Honestly, oh my bad. Go ahead, Memphis. My bad, bro.
and when you play not to lose, you lose every damn time.
they still had 2 timeouts, I wouldn't. That's why I'm like,
Tennessee could have won that game. They listen. I'm so disappointed in their coaching staff. Not the coach because he was only trying to do it to amp the players up and stuff like that. But I would have stood firm and just told Derrick Henry just to sit out, man. I was hoping Memphis was wrong. Remember, he told me, "Oh yeah, Derrick Henry coming back." I'm like, "No, he's not," because
yeah,
that was me reacting out of emotion. I was like, "Nah, I didn't want that nigga to come back like that."
that I don't even think that was their problem. It ended up like, well, it kind of was, but it's in how they utilized him, and they utilized him poorly. He got a few, like there were times that it was good, but more times than not, they when they should have went to him, they didn't, and when they
Bro,
should, and when they
20 carries for
no,
62 yards,
no,
man.
like I
That's
said, when they went to they went to him at times they shouldn't have, and there are times they didn't go to him that they should have, and the play calling in those key situations ended up being their undoing. Now we know Tannehill had 2 picks, one, and yeah, that did you no favors. But Tannehill wasn't so
yeah, he
bad
had three.
that
He had three interceptions.
the last one was he had 3. I don't even remember.
Yeah, didn't he have three?
I thought it was 2. I know the one. I know the one where Eli Apple picked it off. He deflected and picked it off on the blitz, and then the last one to end the game. There was another one I did not see it. But like even that, like he wasn't so bad that you're like, oh my god, Tannehill, we can't, like, you absolutely cost us a game. Nah,
Nah, not at all. That's man, that logic he was coming with. That's Madden logic. Yeah, it was three. Yeah, I knew I was right.
it was 3.
He had three. He had three interceptions. You know what I'm saying? But that I wasn't focused on no interception. Dog, sacks and interceptions in a line of scrimmage game is inevitable. It's gonna happen.
Well, it's not so much the interceptions themselves. It's really when the interceptions took place, because that second one took place in the red zone, and that cost you an opportunity for points.
Mm-hmm.
That's like it's the timing of some of those plays, and the last 2 really were costly.
But even go ahead, young. You had something to say. My bad, bro. Young,
Mm-hmm.
you about to say something, man?
No, 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 not really. No, I just I already knew. Y'all got great opinions about the Titans game. I wish they could have got it done.
Why? Because was it primarily because of Derrick Henry or just as a team?
Just as a team, not just defensively. They did good defensively, trying to put trap on Joe Burrow. Um, I feel like it was more offensively wise.
Hmm.
It was more offensively. That's what the problem was more offensively. If they would have kept the same level up with the defense, maybe they would have won. That's what I feel like I was upset about was the offensively didn't connect with the defense.
Missed opportunities.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of missed opportunities, and see, you can't sit here. Look, they always trying to they always trying to choose a fall guy. They're always trying to choose, somebody to blame and point the finger at and stuff like that. Dude, that lets me know that you don't know football. If you're sitting up here and the first person you want to point out is Tannehill. Okay, like Scrub said, okay, the goal line interception, yeah. But look at the other points in the game. They knew where Derrick Henry, what he was going to do, how he was going to run, and what he was even thinking about. But guess what? When what's his name stepped in, guess what? He was able to get right in there and everything like that. You know why? Because he was warm. His twitch muscle was already ready. He was already in mid-season form. Derrick Henry had not really been in game action in 8 games. Nigga,
Yeah,
that's a long ass time, especially for a running back. You know that, young.
that's why I would have played him, but like I said, I would not have given him 20 carries. I think that was too much. 20 carries in that game. I personally would have done it if I was going to get it to him. There's definitely better spots to get it to him than they did, and like I said, missed opportunities. You miss opportunities in the red zone. You miss opportunities in short yardage situation for the first down.
Mm-hmm.
And, and then there was some special teams blunders too. That like some of that return coverage was awful. Did you no favors? They didn't really get great.
Yeah, that one penalty where he was trying to avoid the tackle, but he
Yeah,
ended up hitting them and stuff like that. But shit like that, it does happen. And see, the 49ers special teams, I meant to mention that too. I'm glad you brought that point up too, Scrub. The 49ers, young, yesterday, they special teams, they played the hell out of that special teams. Yeah.
they were solid. I mean, the kickoff returns they gave up a few return, nothing crazy, but they gave up some. You're like, dang, you wish you didn't give up so much, but it was never like, oh my god, they gave up this monster return, and now the Green Bay offense has a great chance to execute, or even
Mhm.
on the other end where it's like, damn, the special teams really killed us. Aside from one where I
Mhm.
thought dude called for a fair catch and he didn't, but that punt block was the big turning point.
Yeah, yeah. I'm telling you, man, that was a.
Because I'm like, all right. Niners still have a chance to go on punt. They get the ball back. They're gonna have to score a touchdown on this drive, and
Hmm.
they got that block. It was like, oh man, this about to get ugly. It's about to be the end for Green Bay.
Yeah. And see, everybody want to talk about all this climate. Oh man, they not gonna be able to get fit with the climate and all this. Nigga, them
Greenville,
motherfuckers adapted or died
yeah.
young and scrub. They adapted or died. It was like that first half. I kept telling Lou the Ryder. I said, man, don't give up on them, man. Dog, that defense was keeping them motherfuckers in it, man.
Listen, and not only the block punt, the block field goal at the end of the half.
Hmm.
Like that's not gonna go
Yeah,
talk
that's
about
right.
a lot,
Yeah,
but
that
that was
block
a
field goal.
big
Yeah,
deal
yeah, yeah.
because that
Special
kept
teams, man.
that kept Purdy off
Special
the board.
teams.
That kept his Niners in the game. It's
Shit.
it's
Hey,
things
what
like
they
that.
play? What they play? Scrub. They play ugly football and won.
Yep.
Listen, it's not gonna be pretty all the time. Like, it's not gonna be pretty, especially like man down the stretch and shit like that. Man, shit. Listen, that motherfucker Jimmy Garoppolo made Joe Flacco look like motherfucking Mr. Butt Fumble or somebody. Man, and I mentioned Joe Flacco because what was the Ravens? That nigga that wasn't nobody paying attention to Joe Flacco. They were ready
Well,
for Ray Lewis. They were
well,
ready for Ed Reed.
well. Remember, there's a difference between Joe Flacco in the regular season and Joe Flacco in the postseason. Joe Flacco in the
Mhm.
postseason was a different dude. I don't know what it was. I don't know. I don't know how it came to be, but you saw the difference between him in the regular season and him in the postseason.
Right, and look at Jimmy G now. He getting better as the season going on. Look, he ain't. It ain't no shootout numbers or nothing like that. But he did what he could to control the game. Look, we can sit up here and criticize Jimmy all you want to, or criticize Tannehill all you want to, but man, when your fingers is numb and your nose is hurting, and your lips is chapped to the point where they might be bleeding and something like that. You got snow coming into your eyes. Okay, you can sit here and criticize him all day and stuff like that, but the fact that he don't even play in that type of climate the majority of the year, and y'all do, that says something about you, and it says something about your quarterback too. Look,
Yep.
he failed to meet expectations. Look, it wasn't all Rodgers' fault. I'll give him that, but the biggest blame is going to go to the quarterback or whatever. And in this case, you failed to meet expectation. Jimmy G didn't have no motherfucking 23 QBR, but guess what? You did when you got blown out by the Niners.
Listen, they quite honestly they should have one of them teams should have gotten blown out because early on the Niners were dropping passes that should have been caught. They could have kept drives
I
alive.
told you. But
Like,
what did they do, Scrub? Oh, Jimmy G, he can't do this, he can't do that. Well, shit, Jimmy, what the fuck, Jimmy? Nigga, what he
just
need to
get,
do?
I'll use a line Tom Brady's wife used. My husband can't throw the ball and catch it too.
Exactly. That's facts.
Like
But
he
then,
was putting them on them.
Tanner,
Yep. He was putting them
Tannehill,
on.
it's his fault. Man, Dak Prescott, nigga, how the fuck Dak Prescott gonna be able to move and shit if your offensive line ain't blocking for that nigga? If you got motherfuckers coming up in there at a rate, it's gonna be ugly. He gonna get hit. You know what I'm saying? Line of scrimmage battle. That motherfucker finna be ugly. And listen, I love games like this, Scrub and Young. I
Yeah.
love games like this, defensive games where it comes down to defense and special teams, a little bit of running, a little bit of passing here and there. I love games like this.
The Niners defense kept them in the game the whole way because we saw a few drives. Like I told you, they had 2 red zone drives. One ended in a pick, one ended in a field goal because of penalties. They moving down the field and penalties end up derailing those drives.
Facts.
But the defense kept them in it the whole way through.
Mm-hmm.
Packers scored that opening possession. They only got 3 points the rest of the way. And what did the Niners do? They were able to keep in it even with the turnovers. The defense held them down, and then special teams with 2 big plays:
Mm-hmm.
the block field goal, then the block punt, and then Niners get one more stop. They get down the field, they kick the field goal, and now they're in the NFC Championship game.
Yeah, it was a gutsy performance by Jimmy Garoppolo. It was a gutsy performance by Burrow. And shoot, Tannehill had a gutsy performance too. I don't care what nobody says. I give props to Tannehill, because the fact that he had to go with what they gave him and stuff like that, I felt like it was unfair to Tannehill because they changed stuff on the fly. They had to adapt really, really, really quick. You know what I'm saying? So it was an effort on both of them ends, on both games. You see the scores were low, Scrub and Young, 13-10, 19-16. Come on, that's a battle. That's a battle of the line of scrimmage games, and it's not going to be pretty.
But that's why complementary football is so key. You saw it with the Niners. This is how Tom Brady was winning a lot of games in New England. Complementary football. If for some reason one of those faces ain't playing well, the other 2 pick it up. And
right.
So if your offense ain't playing well, your special teams and defense gives you great performance. You still got a good chance to win.
But Tom Brady knew how to capitalize.
No, he didn't. Of course, he did. But
yeah,
we've seen games. No.
Tom Brady.
That's a whole different. Like Tom Brady's in a different stratosphere, but we've seen games. Tom Brady had bad games.
Yeah, he did horrible games.
But and some of those games they still won. Why? Because of defense and special teams.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, we already talked about this, Scrub and Young. If I had Rodney, man, if I had Junior, you know what I'm saying? If I had Teddy, you know what I'm saying? Man, I ain't worried about that. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and handle that, man.
Exactly.
If I got a ground and pound, I got Corey Dillon, you know what I'm saying? All right, man, shit, take the weight off my shoulder, you know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing with the Packers again, though. Like Rodgers throwing the ball, he dropped back 30 plus times.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Where's Aaron Jones? Where's Dillon? AJ Dillon? Like they got some, but that should have been a game. Like, all right, now this passing game ain't working. Let's run the ball, and they were having some success running the ball. But
dog,
They got away
Scrub,
from it
they
too early.
came out. They listen. To be real with you, they started off having the momentum.
Yeah,
They had the momentum,
they
but
they
they
should have blew him
got
out.
one.
They honestly should
They
have blew
had
him.
man, and see, you keep that shit on. Okay, if you mess up a little bit and everything, and that's why, like, from now on, I don't want to hear anybody trying to compare Brady to Rodgers and all this other stuff. But I'm gonna be real with you. This wasn't supposed to happen. The media hates this.
Of course,
Yeah, because they don't want to talk about Jimmy Garoppolo.
they
They want
wanted Aaron Rodgers to get to slay his NFC Championship demons and get to the Super Bowl. That's really what they
man,
wanted.
hey, Lou asked a good question last night, Scrub and Young. Listen, how many commercials is Jimmy Garoppolo?
I
Wait,
don't
Jimmy
know.
Garoppolo has commercials?
Yeah, he a porn star.
That's what I'm saying. Aaron Rodgers in how many State Farm commercials? Aaron Rodgers in like all these commercials and stuff. Now that's the only thing that you're gonna be able to see is him on commercials, not on the field. Look, you had to question yourself. Damn, is he even on
Right,
TV?
right.
Oh man. Shout out to Lou, man, because he brought up a good point. But I said that didn't matter because he felt like they were gonna win because they were just gonna put him in there. I was like, nah. A lot of people want to see that shit. Like it's just like with Steph Curry and John Morant, right? The media did not want John Morant to come in that bitch and take over like
Oh,
that.
of course not.
Because oh shit, we got to pour our marketing dollars into Memphis. They don't want to do that shit with that. They got Oracle already, you know what I'm saying? They know who Steph Curry is, Splash, and all this other stuff.
And quite
They don't
honestly,
want
they
to
don't
see.
want to put in Oracle. They don't. They don't want to put
Yeah,
in Steph Curry and the Warriors. They put it
John
all in who? LeBron James and the Lakers.
John Morant ain't on no commercials. At least I hadn't seen him. The only thing you see is advertising him dunking on niggas and shit. But you
Hmm.
don't see that nigga. Nah, he want to come out. Look, I don't want to be in no motherfucking commercial, nigga. I want to play, dunk on your ass, embarrass your ass, and get your ass the fuck up out of here. That's my mentality too, nigga. I'm not on this channel. Man, I ain't trying to be all fancy. You know what I'm saying? Got this going, and all this technology. Nah, nigga. Oh no, we come up in here. When I talk to Scrub, when I talk to Young, when I talk to Memphis, when I talk to Jacob, everything. Nah, I want to see what's in your head. I want to know what's up. You know what I'm saying? You could take all that other silly shit. This dude said this to me, Scrub, and I'll let you go. He said, "Oh yeah, well, that's why you only have, a couple views and all this other shit." I'm like, I don't do this shit for no views or no likes or no subs and nothing like that. Yeah, sure, that's great, but I like chilling and chopping it up with the people that I'm with because maybe they see things differently than what I see them. Nigga, and I said, man, you could bounce your ass the fuck up out of here. You was looking at me, right? I don't give a fuck. Oh, you think I'm a loose sleeper? Oh, they're not looking at me. Oh, yeah.
And
No, I don't give a fuck. That's what separates me from. Oh, I gotta get this many subs. I gotta get this many views. I gotta nigga. I got a life up outside this bitch.
I could get one. I could get 1,000. It don't matter.
Yeah. I gotta do this. I gotta beat this person. I gotta. Nigga, the LDBC ain't about that shit. If you know about the LDBC, it's a movement to capitalize on the stupid shit that they say on these networks. They ain't gonna give you the real. Nigga, young and Scrub Zero, I put them motherfuckers up against a stupid ass motherfucker like Shannon Sharp because all they talk about is the same fucking thing all the time. But no, Young can bring some fucking logic to the game. Let's talk about John Morant, who he's compared to, like a Derrick Rose or like an AI. Let's talk about what Scrub is talking about. Let's talk about the Giants. What's going on with them? Because people want to see the Giants play again. No, you talk about the Lakers, the Cowboys, all this other stuff, like Two Raw said.
We don't want to see that shit.
Yeah, exactly, Polo. Like, there's too many other teams and games going. Like, there's other guys that are doing well, that are doing their thing. Let's talk about guys who are actually having success. Let's talk about teams that are actually doing well. As much as I don't like how the Bengals got like how they getting Joe Burrow killed, they pulled out the win. Let's talk. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about, hey, maybe they should actually fix their offensive line so their quarterback doesn't get killed and they can actually get get to the next stage.
Facts.
Let's talk about how great John Morant's been for the NBA, how he and the Memphis Grizzlies have been doing their thing. Let's talk about how let's talk about the Bulls and how well they've been playing. Nah,
Right.
we gonna do the same thing we always done, and this is what's going. It's the same thing. It gets dull. It's repetitive. It's boring, honestly, and you don't. It doesn't really expand. It doesn't expand anyone's perspective or the league as a whole. Like, not the way it could be if you actually touch upon everything.
Right. It kills them to talk about a team like Phoenix, which you should be talking about,
Right.
because Phoenix, okay, they they're the ones that's winning. They're the ones that's getting all these streaks and stuff like that. It kills them to talk about a team like Chicago and everything like that. You know why? Because they put so much money into the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? They were invested in the Lakers winning, putting unrealistic expectations upon these guys. You know, thinking that okay, they should be right here and everything. It irks their nerves to talk about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you got a guy in Jamar Chase that's doing shit that Randy Moss hasn't done, that T.O. hasn't done, that Chris Carter hasn't done, that Julio Jones hasn't done. Establishing records, turned around a franchise that has not been anywhere in 31 years. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
but you rather talk about LeBron chasing Kareem and shit like that. Man, if you don't get the fuck up out of here, you got a new breed right here that you're not even paying attention to in Justin and Joe Burrow. Why don't you use that storyline? You got a motherfucker like Josh Allen, who's a second coming, in my opinion, of Ben Roethlisberger. You want to still talk about Mahomes and talk about the Chiefs and stuff like that. They weren't doing shit at the beginning of the year. Because the
Right.
last time I checked, it was Lamar Jackson that was busting their ass. It killed you just to talk about his ass.
Oh, they hate talking about Lamar Jackson. And anytime they talk
Right.
about him, they
It's,
marginalize him. It's ridiculous.
yeah, it's negative. Oh yeah, he's injured. He's injured. Well, can you talk about the 400 yard that he had with no interceptions? Can you talk about how brilliant he's been under pressure and in the red zone? No, you don't want to talk about that. You don't want to talk about other guys that should be getting their prize. Oh, it's just we're going to talk about Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. Oh, well, guess what? Your hero got denied yesterday. You know what I'm saying? For doing the stupid shit that he did, lying about vaccinated or immunized, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? Now he's at home.
Like, they could have talked about the Eagles and how dead in the water they were at one point. 2-5 to start the season, they made it all the way to the playoffs, changing the
Right.
style of play, actually running the ball, which they kind of got away from against the Bucks, but still, like, you could talk about that. You could talk about how the Raiders, with all their adversity, with the whole John Gruden situation and whatnot, they still made it to the playoffs.
And
Much
to
to
be honest,
go ahead.
and to be real with you, Scrub, and Young, they really haven't. See, people think that they really been talking like about Tom Brady like that. They really haven't been talking about Tom Brady as much as you think, because I'm gonna tell you like this too. We really, Young, you can attest to this. We have not been getting the calls like that. Like everybody, like, oh, well, the refs are going to help Brady. That has not been the case this year. That has not been the case this year. They have been down. They have not been on the same page. Gronk has been hurt and everything. We got personnel missing and stuff like that. So the only thing that we had to rely on was a decent running game and for hope to God that our defense shows up at least.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that you could actually have enough defensive guys to play because it seemed like every week someone else was going down.
Exactly. Because we're a championship squad, so everybody's coming at us with their best.
Or they try to, at least.
Man, listen, listen. I don't want my team to lose, but the Rams' defense, they're nothing to be played with, especially on the goal line. That's too much experience. You have championship level experience on that roster. Yeah, he's a little bit older. Don't get it twisted, and Von Miller, but that motherfucker still knows the game, and he still has impact.
That was a good pickup, the Von Miller pickup. It seems like, and Odell's been working out for them too. I was worried. I'm like, how well is he really gonna do?
Man, I know it angers you. I know it angers you, Scrub. It's like, why didn't you do this while you were in New York?
Not even angry. It's just, but I do have that question. Like, why can it just be, come do your job?
I'm gonna tell. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you like this, Scrub. I'm gonna tell you what it is. Odell knows that his window for opportunity, for value, was closing. That was before he got the 500,000.
Right.
Other than that, he knows that his window of opportunity as being talked about and being, elevated as one of the top receivers, he knows that his window of opportunity is closing. You got to think about who else they talking about. They talking about all these. Shoot, Jamar Chase has came in. That's his alma mater.
Mm-hmm.
They talking about Cooper. They talking about all these other guys. It's like, okay, now I just need to go ahead, shut up, and I guarantee you, I know what it is. Though, Scrub. I think a veteran might have gotten to his ear and let him know, look, you just need to pipe down, shut the fuck up, don't say nothing, and do your motherfucking job. Respect the Belichick, do it the Belichick way, and that's what he done. He not all what Suge Knight say, all in the video, singing, dancing, rapping, eating pizza, snorting lines on the bitch tummy. No, he ain't doing that.
He's got his head down. He working. It's just football right now.
Yeah, he ain't got his head down working the pussy. He got his head down working the field. Well, he probably doing that shit too, but man, you do that shit on the low. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry.
Like, listen, as long as it ain't interfering with you doing your job,
Yeah,
you getting paid for,
yeah.
you good.
Scrub said, "Look, I'm gonna go to work, handle mines and everything like that. But man, if there's four little Latinas in the jacuzzi, you know what? Hey, hey, I could play. You know what I'm saying? But my point is that hey, look, you know what I'm saying? Work. What did Dennis Rodman used to say? Scrub Zero. What did he say? Party hard, work out harder. Hey, Dennis Rodman. Hey, Dennis Rodman. What you ain't never had to worry about him not showing up.
Right.
He could always be counted on, whether how many cigars he smoked, whether how many cups of alcohol he was drinking, no matter how hungover he was. Guess what? That motherfucker showed up, and you was good for anywhere from 16 to about 25 boards, playing lockdown defense.
And you mess around, he dropped 20 plus on you too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, on a fabulous day. But see, that's the thing, man. They don't have that type of mentality. But Odell Beckham, he done went to LA. He done shut up. Me and you, we had our doubts about it, didn't we, Scrub? I was like, I don't know. He has proved me wrong. And I'm gonna do a video on Odell giving him props because that's what I do. I gotta salute him. As much as I ridiculed him and stuff like that, I got to give him props right now. he has he has researched and rebounded back to that level that he was playing.
It's going to be interesting if the Bucks can take him out the game early and how he responds, because
We'll
that's
have to.
the one thing I still got questions about. I know the Cardinals couldn't do it. Cardinals couldn't do anything right, and
And you picked him.
that was my fault because you know what, I had a lapse in judgment. I forgot who the head coach was.
Yeah, and see McVay, it all goes back down. I know y'all sick of me talking about McVay, man, but McVay is man. McVay is cerebral. His intellect for the game, especially because he took a lot of criticism, man. And McVay, man, he's this dude is not to be played with, man. He plays chess, man, for real.
But sometimes he outsmarts himself. He is the Rams' biggest asset and their biggest
Mhm.
liability.
Okay, well, okay. Since you want to go there, then scrub. Okay, because we got to tackle that. I know you have your difficulties in trusting him fully. I'm gonna ask you one simple question:
Mm-hmm.
him or McCarthy?
Oh, hey, no,
Exactly.
no, no,
Exactly.
no. The thing, like I said,
Mhm.
because McVay, like I said, he is their biggest asset. My only issue with him is that he can be the biggest liability too. But it's not going to be due to lack of trying. It's going to be he's trying to do too much when he probably should keep it simple. McCarthy, nah, McCarthy ain't on that level. He ain't
I'm
got
gonna tell you. Hold on. I'm gonna go out and come back in and scrub my headset. Hold on.
copy. Good now.
My bad, scrub. Okay, now look, the thing that separates him from a lot of well, really McCarthy. Let's just focus on him.
Mm-hmm.
He has an understanding. Of course, he's younger, but he has an understanding of today's era and today's game. And all they needed to do. I know people don't want to talk about this elephant right here. Getting rid of um, Goff and Gurley and adding a lot of a few pieces on defense and as well as offense too, and Chubb. That right there were key moves that needed to be made in order to have the personnel for McVay to do what he needed to do, especially when you talk about situational football. Look, okay, did he capitalize last year and the year before? No, but you saw what the problem was. And Matt Stafford, listen, I know that people think that he's just this horrible quarterback who should have been winning earlier in his career, but Detroit never wanted to do shit for him.
Oh, we know that they didn't. The one coach that might have been able to do something for him, they got rid of after a few years and brought in brought him what's his face Matt Patricia, and we saw how well that worked out.
Exactly.
The thing with Matthew Stafford is can he is really can he avoid the big mistake? And what Sean McVay did in the Cardinals game is that he saw weakness in the run and Arizona's run defense, He ran the ball. Stafford didn't even drop back 20 times, which is good. Now, I don't think it'll go as smoothly against the Bucks, but can you keep that balance? Can you not have him pass 40 times
Man,
and
you was
still have a
really
quick
doubting
run?
that man.
I was no, Polo. We've seen certain guys where they start dropping back pat once they hit that magic number and they start and you see the pass attempts get to that point. And what usually ends up happening? A lot of bad throws, interceptions, missed opportunities, you name it. And what do you see on the other side of that? Not enough running the ball.
Right.
I thought that was gonna be the undoing of the Bengals yesterday. Luckily, it wasn't. But that like stuff like that, we saw with the Packers, the same thing. We saw with the Raiders actually. They with Josh Jacobs, he was running the ball well. They didn't get it to him enough times. A lot of that was their own, just them shooting themselves in the foot early on. We saw it with the Cowboys. Get away from that run game too soon. I understand that it's not that not every game you're going to be able to run 30 times, but when you give up on the run before a team makes you give up on the run, that's usually when things start getting ugly. That's my concern. That's my concern for the Rams. Can if don't get away from the run too early, and if possible, don't have Stafford throw more than 30 times.
Right. Look, it's gonna come down to the adjustments on both ends, because you know it's no secret that we've been depleted. Um, even when we get guys back, they're not 100%. This person playing with that person and stuff like that, and we haven't, on some a lot of our stuff, scrub earlier in the season, particularly, we haven't been executing like we should have. But the Rams, they've been, to a certain degree, maybe not as much as a team like the Steelers, or a team like even Kansas City, or even a team like the 49ers. They've been battle tested. You know what I'm saying? We've been battle tested in the sense that we've been having to go against teams when we don't have our full we don't have our full deck. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it's really going to come down to. You know what I'm saying? Like, can we can we capitalize on this opportunity, knowing that we were able to make it from what we made it from earlier in the season? You know what I'm saying? Because people, wasn't I saying this, scrub? I was like, yeah, that's all great, but we're still not ready.
You were saying that from the beginning of the
I've
year.
been saying that I still don't trust it. That's why I picked the Cowboys. I was like, and Scrub was like, man, why are you why are you choosing, man? No, I don't trust them. But I was like, I do.
Trust them more than I trust the Cowboys. I'll tell you that.
you know, and I didn't trust the Rams in the beginning, because I thought that their defense was overrated, but they showed they shocked me, especially when they were able to get in within top 10. At one point, I think they were, to my knowledge, I think they were top five at one point. So
And they still
that's
ended
it,
in
man.
the top 10 in scoring defense. The Rams.
You said what?
The Rams still ended top 10 at the end of the season in scoring defense.
Oh, okay, okay. I thought. Let me see. Hold on. What was the Rams ranked defensively? Because I know from week from week it was changing.
Yeah.
Hold on. Rams defensive rank. Hold on 1 second, Scrub. I'm finna find this out. All right, let's get it. Let's see. Um, let's get it. Let's see. 13, 12, 10, Cowboys, 6, 5, the Bengals, 6, Kansas City, 1. They were number 3. They were number 3, man. And this was, when was this? This was earlier. This was like just a few months ago. I think this came in like week 4, because it was like week 4, week 5, because I was telling them, I was like, they're overrated, stuff like that. This is who they had, scrub. It was um it was Las Vegas 14, the Bills, I'm sorry about that, New England was 13, 12 was the Philadelphia Eagles, 11 was Pittsburgh, 10 was Dallas, and see, they went up in ranking. They went up all the way to number 3 behind the Patriots and the Bills. Then 9 was Arizona, 8 was Tennessee, 7 was, what was number 7? Okay, it was number 7 was Green Bay, number 6 was Cincinnati, number 5 was Kansas City, number 4 was San Fran, number 3 were the Rams, and number 2 was us, and number 1 were the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills consistently remain number 1 the whole entire season.
You know what's crazy with the Bills, because I was actually found out this out of the other day, is
Hmm.
that overall, yeah, they were the top defense. A lot of that came against teams that struggled scoring. They played a lot
Hmm.
more, like they really dominated the teams that couldn't score. And that doesn't mean they're terrible because but they had some games like the Indianapolis game. They gave up 41. Um, Tennessee, they gave up like 33. So they've had some tough games against good offenses.
Right.
Now I know they held Kansas City to 20 points when they played. I think that was like week 5. It's going to be interesting to see how well Buffalo's defense plays this time around.
Right.
Because we know Casey wasn't really going. They're playing better now. There's still some things that they haven't done too great, but it's playoff time. It's win or go home. It like
Yeah, when they go home, man, like right now, it's not about like I said, this is my last point, and then I hand it over to you, and then I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down, Scrub.
mm-hmm.
Um, Look, everybody, I still got to go back to what that guy said about Tannehill, and I was really disappointed, man. But you know, when you're playing, like I said, when you playing line of scrimmage football, you know, you can't sit here and expect for these guys to look pretty. Look, like I said, man, if you're gonna win and shoot, and you're gonna win ugly, make that motherfucker as ugly as you can. Because sometimes the game doesn't it doesn't present like that. There's so many there's so many different barriers and parameters that can happen that are out of your control. And see, that's why like I don't sit up there and just the first thing they want to do, scrub by nature in the
Hmm.
game of football when it comes to fans is what blame the quarterback.
Yep.
And I don't do that type of stuff. I'm like, okay, we have to look at everything, outside. We had to dig in deep, but you got guys on here, they play Madden, they, they look at Madden and 2K and all this other stuff, thinking that okay, yeah, you're going by Madden ratings or you're going by 2K ratings and stuff like that, and then you see his rating on there, so you think that translate to real life, and that's not the fucking case.
We've seen a lot of times guys that have great that have good ratings on in the video game, but in real life when you need in the crucial situations they can come up short. So I don't even worry about all that. But it it's situational. It's it's a lot of football. It really just comes down to situation and timing of what happens in the game. It's just the thing that really killed Tannehill is more so it wasn't because he wasn't awful. In fact, he made some great throws. He actually that throw he made AJ Brown to tie it up. That was a perfect pass. Couldn't have done it any better. It's just that where when his mistakes occur, that's really that really derailed um the Titans, that but I think some of that was more so how the play calling too. Because why would you put your quarterback in some of those situations? Like you was running the set this the one Eli Apple got off the blitz. You were running the ball down the field. You were moving the ball with the run. Why would you come out in empty set shotgun? That it's little things like that. You've seen a lot of football. I've seen a lot of football, so we pick up on stuff like that. But a casual fan, like you said, it's a lot of matter ratings, and they just looking. Oh, Tannehill threw a pick. He's off. Like Tannehill Tannehill made a mistake that you wish he had back, but you also got to look at the play column. Don't put your player in a bad situation to get picked off. Like you having success with the run, continue with the run. If you want to pass, there are other ways to pass that you could at least you could disguise it. The play action that would have been a great way to have him pass in that situation and not just declare, oh, nah, he's passing. It's going to be a quick pass because there's no extra protection. Like it's just stuff like that, man.
Man, that's well said, man. Good point, man. Yo, Scrub, man, appreciate you pulling up. I appreciate everybody pulling up too today. Jacob Jennings, of course, Memphis, Young, Aaron, guest appearance today, TJ, True Viking. Um, you know, everybody, man. I really and Memphis, I appreciate y'all coming through, Aaron and everything, man. But you know, uh, hey, it's like what Scrub said. Of course, you know, we got to look at the game deeper. You got to look at the game deeper than just looking at it one dimensional though. So, man, with all that being said, man, I'll be back a little bit later. You know how I do. Polo Sports Talking Entertainment. Salute to the my buddy Scrub Zero for hanging with me, man. And y'all have a good one, man. I'll holler at y'all.